Hey everyone, this is M13, and I'm here to tell you about something that's pretty exciting. There is a new game out, and it is very unique. It's actually not unique, it actually is a big copycat, but that's good because it copies two different types of games and puts them together into something that is unique. And what that is it copies Total War, Medieval. A lot of people say it's similar to that. Total War, Medieval. I think Medieval 2, is there two of them? And like Heroes of Might and Magic type of style. So you get this a large world map. You move around the world map. You have heroes. They get missions. They level up. They choose different powers. They choose different skills. They have armies that follow them. Their armies level up, all the way down to the footmen and the little archers and whatnot. They get different powers. They get different skills. It's very RPG-ish. You find different weapons. You can give them around. You're the king, so you can tell your heroes what to do. The heroes can get you can grant them land that they control, and not all heroes make good landowners. So you have to it reminds me a lot of Romance of Three Kingdoms, believe it or not. Like the good ones back in the ColecoVision days. Like those are fun. So you got this whole. It's actually a common. So you got three things here. You got role-playing game. You got like a land ownership king simulator, and then on top of that you have Total War. And so, anyways, role-playing game. You get missions that are kind of done like choose your own adventure style, with with text and whatnot. And you choose different verbal options, or do you give the guy some money? Do you ask the guy politely? Do you beat the crap out of him? And you go through these choices and have different changes, and they change the whole storyline of the game rather largely. There's a moral system in the game that changes everything. Like if you're good or evil, it changes all your spells, it changes the kind of characters you can use and everything. And to make it even more interesting, it's not just good or evil, it's good or evil and the kind of religion you use. So you can be good and use this kind of religion, or bad and use that kind of religion. So you actually have different levels, and then there's different powers that unlock depending on what kind of combinations of moralities you have. So it gets pretty in-depth. And yeah, and I'm enjoying it. Wow, a bunch of foreigners coming out of a high school? What is this? Strange. Oh, getting a taxi. So the game is she wants to get in the back. The woman tried to get in the front tax, and the guy's like, get in the back. I don't want people thinking you're my wife. Yeah, so that's the role-playing game. There's weapons you can get. You can choose women. You're the king, so you can choose women of your court to marry off to your heroes, which are your knights. You have the round table, King Arthur, all that, and you can choose 12 heroes to be of the round table. You only have the maximum you could have in your army is 12. You get all sorts of different, depending on the morality in the game, you get all sorts of different options that unlock. Even to the point where it's if your archers are evil, they could maybe use poisoned arrows, and if they're good, they could maybe use I don't know, marshmallow arrows or something. So that the whole role-playing aspect of the game is done very well. If you like role-playing games, get this game. And then there's the Total War aspect. You have huge armies with thousands of soldiers, archers, this, that. They have different tactics. I thought it was kind of cool. If you hide an army in the forest, if you put them in a clump of trees, they disappear off the mini-map, and there's a flag that would represent them when you're zoomed out. The flag disappears as well, so your enemy can't actually see them anymore, unless he zooms in and specifically visually looks for them, and then he will be able to see them. But it's an interesting aspect of the game and if you hide for more than a minute, then you get an ambush attack bonus. So it's pretty cool, sending out some of your units to try to lure the enemy towards you, and then running through or running past some trees where you have some other soldiers hidden, and then they come running out, and their attack they get a huge attack bonus because they were hidden, so they get this ambush attack bonus, which is cool. You have different, you can tell your archers to like just, you know, just keep shooting until the enemy gets close and then switch to melee, or you can tell them to always use range contact, so as they're getting approached, they'll actually back off and then shoot a few more arrows and run away and turn around and shoot a few more arrows. And if the other, you know, if the other guy's faster. Oh yeah, and check this out. Even if you're up against a stronger army, like a much stronger army, you still have a chance of winning because you can use tactics. Because what they have on the battle maps, and I don't know if Total War has this or not, you can let me know if they do. They've actually instilled like the Battlefield 1942 capture the flags. So they have these strategic points around the map, like a church or some kind of magical area, and if you capture those points, the morale of the opposing team starts to lower. If you own more strategic points than the other team, their morale starts to lower. And if their morale gets to 0, they lose. You know, their morale is 0, so they don't want to fight anymore, and they just kind of give up and walk off, even if your army's smaller. So if you're up against an army of nothing but highly armored, powerful, slow units, you could get a few light cavalry, send them around to capture all the strategic points, and then you just have to avoid their army, and then you'd win. But, you know, that's easier said than done. The game is challenging, and there's different tactics you can use. So the Total War aspect of the game is well done. It's not as good as Total War, of course not. Total War is done just to do that. You know, it's just about the big battles. That's all it's about. This is the big battles, plus role-playing, plus you know, kingdom-owning simulation, kind of like Romance of the Three Kingdoms. You remember those days? Those were fun, man. Back in the Clico days. I think it was Clico, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, because the graphics were absolute crap. They were just little squares, and they would move around, and they'd shoot arrows and cast fires and whatnot, take over towns, and you'd have to set the taxes and say how much rice to give to the people and whatnot. Anyway, so if you like Romance of the Three Kingdoms, if you like Total War, if you like role-playing games, if you like any of the above, you should check this game out. Some people are having crashing issues because the game just came out and it was made by a fairly small team of developers, so it's not quite as refined as some other bigger budget games. But actually, that's not true. It is very refined. The game is very well done. It just has for some people, it has some crashing issues. So if you get the game and it crashes on startup, don't worry about it. They already know about the problem. They're going to be patching it soon. The game is on sale for the next 2 weeks. Get $5 off. It's worth buying it now. And the people that made the game made an excellent game, and they deserve our support. So they deserve for you to buy it. Yeah, and I'm not, you know, this is not a paid advertisement. I'm really impressed. Like, I don't play anything right now. I only got about 5 hours a week to play games. That's it. Well, that's an exaggeration. Maybe 10. I got about 10 hours a week to play games, and that's it. And so I'm really picky about what I play. And this game has just wiped all the other games off my slots. Does that make sense? That's what I originally wanted to say. Off my shelf. There you go. Wiped all the other games off my shelf. So if you got me on Steam and you want to send me a message to play Left 4 Dead or Team Fortress or any of those other games, don't. Because if I'm online, I'm playing King Arthur, the role-playing war game simulator, whatever the hell it's called. The title is way too long. Yeah. But that's it. So check it out. At least check out the videos, because they'll impress you. You can search for King Arthur Dev Diaries. I'll try to put this as a response to one of their videos. And the Dev Diaries sold me. I want you to take a look at the game. It's gorgeous, and it's in depth, and it's role-playing, and it's strategic warfare. Check it out.
In the age of legends, the ancient land of Britannia awaits its new king. In this proud realm of knights and citadels, every living soul feels that a time of wonders and magic has come. The fairy lords have returned, but even they are swept away by the coming tide of mayhem. Prepare for a war, the like of which has never been seen before. Rule your destiny in 2009.